All right, we are in the process of changing the beds back over to our hay beds from our potato beds. So we have all the bulk beds stacked over there. That one currently has a bunch of boxes in it from the sprayer. And then here's one of our hay beds. So we got to get these all switched over because the hay's ready to cut. So we got to hurry so we can get it done in time. So I'm going to pull this truck up. We're going to put this bed on. Okay, we got the last bed on. Now we've got this next bed hooked up. We're trying to get it on. So I have to pause here so I can get this sorted out. All right, we got that one on. So you just get it unhooked. It takes a little bit to line it up. You have to stick crowbars in to line all the holes up on these because there's 6 bolts that hold it on. You have to make sure the holes are all lined up when you set it down. So that's the little difficulty with these ones. Some of them are easy. There's a few of them that just have a plate on the side and you just slip them right in. They're nice and easy, but that one is a little bit more difficult. The GMCs are a little bit harder. But we have that truck. We have, I think, 3 more trucks that we have to put the beds on. So we'll get going, we'll get them all on. Then we have to pull them all in the shop. And we have to hook up all the hydraulics and all the lines that run the speeds of the floor and everything. So we're gonna go get those all hooked up. We'll see you there. All right, I just pulled this over here. We are getting ready to unhook everything. So we have to take and we have to spray all this off because any dirt that sits on the paint will just eat the paint away over the winter. So I'm gonna spray this all off and we have to put these legs back on so I can take it off. We'll fix this thing in the winter when we have more time or if we have time between hay crops. And then this loader, they're fixing this. The dealer is, it's got issues. This truck is one of the trucks Man, every time I try to talk, it gets loud. But we're in the middle of putting the beds on. It's one of the trucks that we switched. This one, we have some hydraulic lines that we have to hook up over here. There's a hydraulic tank. And then there's these ready rod brackets. Once you hook those up, this one's pretty well ready to go. So we're in the process of putting this one on. We have that one. We switched 5 beds. So we've got 5 beds around. We need to put and bolt them down right here. And then we also have that tractor needs the duals taken off of it. This tractor needs the duals taken off of it. And my Dammer-Dykler tractor needs the duals taken off of it. And then we got to get all the hay choppers and everything hooked up and serviced and ready to go because we're going to be chopping hay here in about 2 days. I think he's going to go out and cut it here shortly, maybe today if he gets the swather serviced in time, and then it'll be ready in 2 days for chopping and bagging. So we have a lot to do in the next 2 days to be ready for that. All right, she's clean. Well, clean enough. Mainly, like, it can be dusty. We mainly just wanted to get the big piles of dirt off of the frame so it doesn't corrode the paint. You can see where we didn't get it off last year. This was all packed with dirt, and you can see there's a spot where it wore the paint off just from having dirt on it over the winter. So yeah, it's good to have it somewhat clean. Now I have to put those 4 legs on. Okay, I got the legs on. So essentially. And yeah, these bolts are a little bent because I have to wiggle it around to get it off the tractor sometimes, but the legs just sit just below the shank and these paddles, because these paddles are on little hydraulic rams. And granted, there's not even paddles on this side, but they're on hydraulic rams. So if I just sat it on the ground on the shanks and paddles, the paddles would just go in and it would be, the angle wouldn't be right to where it would even come off the tractor. So we put these legs on it so it has a nice flat base for unhooking and also hooking it up. So I got to climb up and unhook these little green hooks, and then I can go around behind and unhook this thing. So we're getting there, and then I'll pull my tractor back around because spraying this off got my tractor really dirty. So I'll pull it back over here and I'll spray the tractor off. All right, I climbed up here, which is kind of difficult because there's no good step. So I just got to unlock these hooks, and that one got to get over there. Match this. Now when I get back there, in theory, it never works out how you think it would. There's this hook holding it on. Oh boy, that pin is busted. I'll have to fix that before next time. But in theory, I can just sit it down and it'll come off. But yeah, look at that. I just noticed that. The pressure of this thing weighs a lot. And bouncing down the roads, it snapped that pin. So that's not good. I think it didn't break all the way. But yeah, we'll go unhook this thing. Oh my goodness, I'm sweaty. Today is the first day that we broke 80 degrees, but it's been like 50 degrees and I'm not used to it. Eventually I'll adjust because I know it gets hotter in the summer. But yeah, I'm not used to this yet. But I was thinking about something that I thought I would ask you guys about. So YouTube has memberships where you get bonuses and extras and stuff. And I was wondering how many of you would even be interested in that, some sort of membership, that where we would maybe do like a live stream once a week and you would have access to that. So let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. But yeah, I'm gonna drive back behind the cellars and unhook this thing. Hopefully it comes off pretty easy because we did break that pin, which I didn't know. And that might make it a little more difficult to unhook. It's a little tight getting between the garage and that power pole. We don't need to hit another power pole. We already hit one. That's what bent the shafts over here. And we took them off, those paddles, because yeah, hit a power pole, bent the shaft, and then the shaft being bent caused it to snap a day later. So I'm gonna go get this thing unhooked. All right, moment of truth. We'll see if we can get this thing unhooked. You have to have a pretty flat spot to put it, or else it won't even come off the tractor. So we'll see if this works. Well, it didn't work. I need to turn down my speed. Let's see, on reverse. Where's reverse? There it is. Let's adjust this. We'll turn this way down because I don't want to break those bolts. And we'll turn the forward speed way down. See that speed changing? I'm changing that just by moving this little wheel here. But we'll get it turned down nice and low. Click that's our 3-point hitch button, and see if we can get this. I'm just going to wiggle it backwards and forwards a little bit. This thing does not like to come off very well. It's not looking like it's going to come off. Let me play around with this a little bit and I'll come back to you. All right, I think I got it. There we go. So you can see right there, see that pin? Yeah, it's not supposed to have a crack right in the middle of it. That means this thing's really heavy and we probably hit a bump going down the road, and this thing just hangs on the back. So probably hit a bump and it just put just enough pressure on that pin that it broke it. Now it does have this bigger pin up on the top. Wonder if I can use that next year. It's definitely bigger around. We'll see. But should be able to pull away from this thing now. Oh, I almost forgot to unhook my hydraulic lines. That would have been bad. Let me go and hook those things. I'm actually going to pull up a little bit because it's hard to fit back there. There's enough length on those hydraulic lines. I can pull up, lift my 3-point hitch up so it's out of the way, pull up a little bit so I can just go unhook them nice and easy. We'll go with that. All right, so to unhook these, just got to loosen that up. I may have to use both hands, but you pull this one, then you push the other one, you pop those out. So I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, got them off. We'll just put them right here. And if you're wondering why I don't put these covers on, they're not exactly clean. They're nasty inside, so I don't want to get that dirt on top of there. And also, if I put these covers on, it'll trap moisture in there, because this year I took these covers off and one of these was completely rusty. And I don't want the rust. Right now they're covered in oil, hydraulic oil, so they shouldn't get rusty. They might get a little bit of dust on them, but then next year I'll just wipe them off, they'll be fine. But if I put these covers on, they'll probably be rusty as can be next year. So I just leave them out like that and just wipe them off. It's the best thing I've ever done. I just have to give my tractor a quick and dirty wash job here. And then we got a bunch of other stuff to take off. We got the other tractors. I got to take fertilizer tanks off. We also have to take these duals off because we don't need those in hay. So I'm gonna wash it up. Okay, well, my tractor's clean. Now we're going to go over here. They're in the middle of taking the tanks off this tractor. So if you've watched in the previous videos how we put them on, it's just the opposite process, except for we're having to pull them off because they're kind of wedged in there. But there's these big plates right here on the tractor. And there's just a big square pipe that slides in.
Settle down.
Just yank it off of there. And there's the tank. Comes off pretty easy. This is the bracket. So, yeah, it just wedges up in here and that holds it on. Pretty good little setup. We're just gonna leave these brackets on because they're not in the way of anything. So, yeah. All these tanks, we have room in our shop for the tanks. So we're just putting them all in the back of the shop. We still have the tanks to take off of that tractor, but that one's not gonna be used in hay. So we're just gonna leave that one for now. We're trying to get everything ready in time to do hay. So that is the big rush right now. Just trying to get hay done while it's still good quality, because the longer we wait to do the hay, the lower the quality is going to be. So we need to make sure that we get it cut and put up when it's ready, or else your quality really starts to drop. Since we sell them to the dairy, they want that good quality hay. But we'll just stack them back here for now, and we'll use them next year. All right, we got the tanks off and stored, so now we're taking the tires off. So we got our backhoe here, starting to take the tires off. Trevor's got the big peppy gun. Got a bucket for the bolts. We'll get these off real quick. Got it all pulled off. Just gonna swing that tire. We'll go up here, we'll unhook it. He drives around to the other side of our fuel tanks here and we unhook it. It doesn't take very long to do it when you've done it 1,000 times and when you've got enough help. That one's done. This one's not. So now we're gonna get this one zipped off here. Got her. We'll go ahead and hook this one. I'll hop in here and move it to the next one. Oh, looks like someone else is getting in there. So move that to the other side. We'll go and hook the chain. He's gonna go get the next one. Just unhook this one. Man, this is going way faster than I was expecting. And you got a lot of help. Things go really quick. They've already got that one prepped and ready. I think I'll just wait over here to unhook it because it's gonna be 5 minutes before he's done. See, they're hooking it up now. I can hear that they're already taking the bolts out. We'll see how fast they get it taken off and over here for me to unhook it. There it is. Only took about 2 minutes. We'll unhook it. There it goes. Now we have one other tractor. We have to take the front duals off and the rear duals off. That one will be a little bit trickier, but still should only take maybe 15 minutes to do the whole thing. And here's the third tractor. They've already got it pulled over here and ready by the time we get back from unhooking the tire. So this will be quick too. Okay, I'm timing it. We just started. It is 3:05. So we'll check the time again when we get done. Take the front ones off. You don't have to take all the lugs out. You just take these out. You leave every other one. You just take those out, pull it off, put the bolts back in, and you're done. So pretty quick too. Here's tire number one. Swinging around like crazy. That's one big pinata. Just trying to get it spun around so it's facing the right direction. Go get the other one. This one does not want to budge. When the impact won't take it off, you gotta get the 4-foot breaker bar. Get it loose, and then we'll zip it out with the impact. Got it. I'll go and hook this one. They just put these bolts back in. Alright, I'm in the tractor this time. Pull off these logs and switch sides. Hey, if you like what you see, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button. Alright, here's tire number 3 coming off. quite as fast as NASCAR, but you know, it's a tractor tire, so what do you expect? Here comes Speedy Gonzalez. Getting ready to take off the last one. That's the last one. And time is 3:22. So it took not even 20 minutes to change take all four duals off. So what we had to do after we got the duals off is we had to put this hitch in, but also we have to take the tool carrier, the 3-point carrier off. We have to take that off of both these tractors because these will be hooked to the hay choppers. So all this stuff's going to be in the way. So we're going to take it off. There, we got it off. It just has this big pin up here that holds the top, and then a pin that goes through each of these arms. That way it'll be out of the way for when we hook up the hay choppers. Now we just have to go sit this down and then do this one. All right, guys, well, it's the next day. We didn't end up doing that other tractors. We just left it on there. But we did get the swather ready. I kind of forgot to show you guys that. Underneath here, there's a whole bunch of blades. I'll show you that. So there's all these blades, and it was really muddy and dirty, so we cleaned it off. It's sitting here to fuel up, and today, it's not looking so sunny like yesterday. It's kind of cloudy. So we may not be cutting hay today. Our plan was to cut hay today, but we may not be doing that because you don't want it to get rained on. So we might see what today holds. It's actually starting to sprinkle right now. The other thing we have to do is there is one truck in the shop that has not been bolted down yet. So I'll go see how that's going. So this is the last truck. We've got it bolted. So there's 3 brackets on each side like this, and we only put one of the bolts in instead of 2 because, you know, why not? And we're farmers, so. And then the other thing we have to put on is we have to put this pump, we have to bolt to this bracket, and then this shaft will hook to the PTO on the truck, which runs everything. So it drives the floor. It also runs the hydraulics for the door. So this truck is almost done, and then we just have to hook up a few of the hay equipment, and then we'll be working on hay the next couple days. Thanks for joining me today on this lovely adventure.